Oh, are you DJing for Tworie? Nice. Have a seat and do it. Ain't no rest for the wicked.
Since she went back up to the booth, why, do you need me to tell her something?
Smack.
I'm like, I'm way the fuck over here.
Yeah, cool. That's Brad Pitt, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I just looked it up. Yeah.
You're Brad Pitt.
Why have I not seen that? I've seen Cats
Because
Can't
it was a
Dance, I haven't
flop.
seen that.
Like, Cool was an
flop.
absolute
It was
flop.
Is it any good?
Yeah.
Is it like? Can you watch it today? Is it any good, or is it really bad?
Yes, but don't expect like a life-changing experience. Like
Yeah.
it's Bakshi, so it's like
Okay. So
I mean, they're trying to
staggered
capitalize on
expectations.
Roger Rabbit or trying to recreate something.
Exactly.
yeah, they were trying to do that, but it's in Bakshi style, and then I guess it was supposed to be a rated R thing because it's Bakshi, but then they ended up nudging it down to a PG-13, so it was way toned down.
Killed another
Oh, man.
Yeah.
again. God damn it.
Progress tried doing that to our docs earlier too.
Speaking of animation, did you see Isle of Dogs? I don't know if you're into
No.
Oh
Star
yeah,
Wars.
that's
Dude,
I watch everything
Wes
that guy
Anderson.
does.
Isle
Everything
of
that guy
Dogs
does.
is amazing.
I got everything that guy does. I think pretty much every one of his movies pretty good. Not all of them, but most of them are.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Wes Anderson.
Definitely got a good feel. You can tell when you're watching a Wes Anderson film without
Oh,
like watching
yeah.
more than about 10 seconds.
Or anything by John Malkovich is the same way.
What, directed by?
Yeah, if he's direct.
Oh.
Or like I saw.
Oh, I don't know if I've seen anything directed by John Malkovich. What? John Malkovich is a director as well? I didn't know that.
Wes
Malkovich
Anderson's
is an
super
actor.
visual, super visual. Like, hey, that's how I can tell while watching. It's just everything is real bright, or not necessarily bright, but yeah,
Wes
that
Anderson
too.
movie, you know?
Yeah.
Did you see Isle of Dogs, Petro?
Yeah.
deployment of the Planet Earth Robotic Police Unit. You're under arrest.
Tworie, that spoiler is so cool. Can't get over it. Dude, I never thought of doing this. You just take the Wave Classic floor, you turn it upside down, and then
Upside down.
you can see through it.
That,
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That is some sneaky kitty shit.
Oh my god, this changes everything.
This is game changer. Game fucking changer.
But you're not locked into place either. Like,
Yep.
oh my god.
That's why she was asking about the pyramid thing. Okay. It all makes sense now.
She was asking about what?
She was asking me about how to make a pyramid. She did one by hand before, but she didn't know about the straight edge tool.
Oh, I have an idea for this now.
Like, so it creates the effect of.
Yeah, a good tunnel underneath this. Ooh.
Oh, whatever.
Mmm.
I mean, I'm already blown away.
Hey, how's Wonderwall fall all the way down here?
He went AFK and then he died.
It looks pretty nice with blocks.
This changes everything.
Yeah, dude.
Alright, so, you know, we're just gonna end up having a resident DJ who doesn't talk. That's cool. Yeah, no. Yeah. like at the same time, I'm like blown away, but also like kind of angry at myself for not thinking of that. But whatever.
I walked into the right part of that conversation. What's up?
Get nasty. You got a nasty mind.
Yeah, I see the tentacles. I hear tunnels.
I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going.
Oh, there it is. From below. Creeping.
Painter skews. I'm totally blown away by this because like I knew for a while that this Wave Classic floor, if you look at it from underneath, that you can see through it. But I never thought of just taking the floor and flipping it upside down so that you stand on the bottom of it and then you can see through the floor. I'm losing it. I'm losing
So
it.
you
over
literally, I mean, you can manipulate it. You can manipulate the like the pre-made environments the way you do any of the objects.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Okay.
You need to change around some configuration files in order to unlock the ability to do that, but it's pretty easy to do. I can send you a DM later and show you how to do it.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And this right here, this is Google Poly, something he found or made on Google Poly, I imagine.
Yeah.
The
Let's see if I can
eyeball
find out-
or...
Yeah, it looks like she made this in Tilt Brush. That's a
Cool.
it's an awesome Tilt Brush drawing too.
Yeah, I was messing around with this laser tunnel right here. I was attracted to it too. It's cool.
Oh,
Take a look.
you could have just made it again like you did when I had that dick joke earlier.
Well, I didn't hear it when he said it.
I'm just fucking with you.
But
Yeah.
Really cool looking.
Oh, yeah. I know.
we're hearing a lot of tunes that are sampling of films and the rest of it, yeah. And I was thinking, oh boy, we should do something more original than that, you know what I mean? Get some London talks that everybody can relate to. So something in my bedroom. We started the introduction. Started the introduction.
There we are. I fixed it. The triangle has like a weird point in the middle. He's out of alcohol, this guy. He needs our prayers and thoughts right now more than ever. I don't think that's gonna help him, but I think it's a really nice thought. I'll take it here. It's not enough for him, so I'll just take it. That's sad.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Well, plus that version of it doesn't have like the texture on it, like the makeup.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. It seems like an angle from below, right? It looks like that's or that's 3D and I'm just seeing.
It's 3D. Yeah, it's 3D.
Okay. True. There's like less than it. How about you go from your perspective? It was awesome from ours. I'm sorry, what's that? Did your show go well from your perspective? I said, did your show go well from your perspective? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to distract you. I said, did your show go well from your perspective? We really liked it. Okay, good. Yeah, loved it. Yeah, we all did. It was really awesome. Energy was really good. People were moving around, dancing to it. Like, the songs were really good. I like that KRS one. That was cool. Sound of the Police. I haven't heard the verses of that in a long time.
stress and strain are there and result in an almost complete withdrawal from people. She does a lot of daydreaming, imagining herself as the extrovert that she is not. She goes over and over little events in her life, reliving her successes and suffering through her failures all over again.
It's too loud. This clipping.
I didn't hear any clipping. Seems fun to me.
No.
Joan seems to be coming quietly through these difficult years, but the stress and strain are there and result in an almost complete withdrawal from people.
Well, that's weird. It says a Reddins DJ, and then it doesn't anymore. Yay! That was awesome.
That was great.
A few MLGs and
You did wonderful.
That was sick. I go most every year for NAM. But that's it.
Oh, I haven't been to NAM in forever. I want to go back to LDI.
Told you got that.
You were good at VJing.
LDI is LDI. Are you going to be at that thing in
You were
in
great
SF
with VJing.
DNA Lounge on the 20th?
No.
No. Okay.
Cool. Are you
I'm gonna
going
go.
there?
I'm gonna go with
nice.
Network, yeah, because I live an hour away, and I'm not afraid of braving the techno dystopia that is San Francisco.
Yeah, sadly, I don't live near, so I'm not gonna.
Dude,
make it
that's a benefit. I mean, it sucks that you can't
It's a
go, but it's a benefit.
benefit.
You don't want to live. You don't want to live
Sneaky
within
ass
a
kitty.
5-mile radius of that city.
With
It's
the pyramid
radioactive.
too.
Yeah,
Hell,
right.
yeah.
When you
every time I
live
have
there
to
for
go
more than a month, you lose your sense of self-preservation.
Nice.
That was awesome.
On the side here.
You were
Good job.
awesome, Bumper.
Thank you.
Encore?
Alright, y'all. I have to get some sleep.
Yeah, me
That's
too.
good. Tworie, awesome
Have a
show.
good night.
Yep, everybody. Yep.
Keep my side warm for me. I'll be right there, alright?
Xander,
Bye, Tworie.
and
Later, dude.
G-Dub. Later, Holmes. Nene.
This is what I'm here for.
Hey.
Yes.
Good night.
Mwah.
Mwah.
My
That
homie
was
glitch.
awesome. Oh, yeah. Triangles. You earned it.
Were you able to get a good stream while VJing?
You were there.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'd known, I mean, I would have offered to like either do the VJ or the stream, because,
Good night.
Probably connect.
Yep.
Hey, bye, Roo.
Later.
We go to bed. Bye. We'll talk later. Maybe tomorrow. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. Right. Yeah. Mwah. Bye. Yay. Yeah. Bye. Bye, everyone. What's this?
Nice seeing you again.
Later.
That was awesome. Mwah. Have a good night.
Bye.
Take care of the ankle.
Yeah.
Awesome shows, you two. For
Awesome.
real.
Thank you.
That was
Yep.
really fun.
Yeah, that was
I love
awesome.
these
Thank
nights with
you.
2 shows. It's so fun.
Oh boy.
Wait till mine.
And create like an Escher staircase. Actually, that's something we don't have yet. Is we can't. What if you could teleport onto the side of a plane and you could literally be horizontal and it would change your gravity perspective?
In real
I
life?
think Unity.
Mm.
Well, no, in Unity.
What?
I mean, in real life that'd be cool,
There's,
but we're technologically limited by that.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Dude,
That's
four-dimensional party. Dude,
Where?
I'm gonna find a. I'm gonna find a
Wait,
guy
when?
who really knows Unity. I'm gonna try to put it together.
It was.
I'm gonna work on that concept because that would be the sickest thing ever.
Really?
Oh,
I was
imagine,
looking at the
imagine if
class.
you,
Oh,
imagine you have a cube, right? You
nice.
have 4 or you have 6 different sides.
Yeah.
When you teleport to
I-
a side, like so
I
if
didn't
you
think
point
about
at
the
side of a wall
teleport
and you
part,
teleport,
but that's
you
genius.
teleport, but now you're standing up and
I noticed
relative
it.
to
And I'm
your
like,
position,
oh,
you're
wow, I
standing
wonder
on
if I could
flat
do that as a
ground,
ceiling
and
or
you're
something.
looking on
but
everybody that's
this
still
is
standing
so
up
cool.
like this. So the gravity and your anchor position is relative to the surface you're teleported to
Exactly.
last.
It's not 4-dimensional. That's like 3-dimensional, but you just
Well,
have like
yeah.
sticky
But-
surfaces on the outside, right?
Well, yeah,
Oh,
well,
absolutely.
yeah, but you can also play
Which is
around
like
with
a clever
non-Euclidean-
way of saying it. Okay. Okay. I'm
You
with it
you
now.
can play
Yeah.
around with non-Euclidean geometry too.
It's so
I could do that. I can always do that. No, what the hell are you talking about? Non-Euclidean geometry?
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
so you ever played Antichamber? You ever heard of that game?
No.
Okay, it's a puzzle game. Okay, so you have a building, right? It's so big, and you would assume, based on physics and math, that if the building is a certain size in the exterior, it has to be
Right.
at least that size, if not smaller, on the inside, right?
Yep.
Okay, so that's Euclid. Non-Euclidean geometry is
No,
you have
don't go
a
there.
really small like closet, like
That was a
physically
lot of
you
fun,
can
though,
see
Rube.
that it's very small, and you walk in
yeah.
and it's like a mansion inside. It's absolutely enormous,
Got it, yeah.
right?
Okay, I see
The
what you're
relative space
Oh, I loved
inside
it. It was fun.
doesn't
Every scene
conform
was cool.
to
Something cool to look at.
basic physics or geometry relative to its outside space or vice versa.
It's like those optical illusions where it looks like, based on like the size of chairs in the hallway, like you're always walking
Exactly.
like the doors get really small by the time you get to the end of the hallway, kind of thing. Or the
Kind of
opposite?
like that.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. Only so like in the source engine for. Did you play Portal 2?
No, I have them, but I never got to playing them.
Oh, okay. So Valve used impossible spaces in a lot of places. There was one other space in the game that's
Exactly.
left. In one of the final levels, when you teleport in
Yeah,
to a
you could
room,
put
it's
cool
seamless,
things
but you
on
are
it, but
actually
that was it,
inside
yeah.
a physically larger room on the inside
Sure.
than the geometry is on the outside. Not by much, but it's
Yeah,
big
yeah.
enough that if you really
Exactly.
take a look,
Yeah.
you can notice
Hey,
it.
there's
It's a
me.
completely separate space. So an antechamber. You walk into like this art gallery, and it's a 4-dimensional art gallery. And what I mean by that is you
I
have
think used tastefully, it'll be
you have
really,
4
really
different
cool.
sides,
Just don't do like everything
and
with
each
it.
one is a different 3D object that you can kind of interact with, independent of the other one.
Sure.
Exactly.
And so it's hard to explain, but there's a
Yeah.
lot you can do in because I'm pretty sure. I don't know if
Absolutely.
Antichamber's made in Unity. It
I
might
love
be in
this thing,
Unreal,
too.
but I know
This
that
is
Unity supports
fantastic.
that kind of math.
Oh,
It just takes a while
The
to
silhouettes,
implement.
the faces, that's amazing.
Oh yeah,
We got the
man, that's
panda
awesome.
and the fox.
Yeah,
the
that would be
cat.
trippy.
That's awesome. Yeah,
That
look
makes
up
sense for a VR application.
look-
That would be trippy.
yeah, for VR it'd be really interesting. So look up
Sure, it's so cool.
I'll either send you a video or look up like Antichamber. I'll find a few other examples, but Antichamber's
Will
like
it
the
be
best
hentai?
example.
It'll be hentai.
No.
right?
It's so
No.
cool.
Yeah, I have a pretty big backlog to get through, so if you're gonna get it like in a hentai or whatever and just send it to me.
Okay, you should watch Made in Abyss. You seen that yet?
No, I was just joking.
You need to fucking
All
watch
right,
Made in
everyone.
Abyss.
I'll
Made in
see
Abyss?
you
Made in
Friday.
Abyss. It's the best anime from
see it,
last
Diana?
year.
Probably tomorrow if
So
you guys are
two
on
words.
too.
The first word is maiden, and the second is abyss.
Three words. Made in Abyss.
Okay.
Made
it.
in Abyss. Yeah.
Okay.
And just FYI, if you want to watch it in the English dub, there's a full rip of it on the Pirate Bay, like in
Ooh.
Blu-ray or whatever. The Japanese, both dubs are pretty decent. The Japanese dub's really, really good, and I think the English dub's pretty good.
It was so funny because he a couple days ago he actually
I'd like to find out.
he messaged me. He's like, oh, because I put on an impromptu show just to like kind of show off some of my stuff, and he came on and I showed him some of my tunnels, and then a couple days later he was like, oh hey, do you mind if I borrow some of your tunnels? I'm not gonna throw a show or anything, I just want to like kind of look at them, you know, a little later. And I was like, yeah, go ahead, you don't even have to ask me, like I'm so honored that you want to use my stuff. And yeah, and then he messaged me today. He's like, hey dude, I'm trying to get my tunnels to look like yours. Do you think you could show me? And I was like, yeah, sure, just give me like 20 minutes because I was just getting off work. And when I got back home, I got on Discord and he was like, hey dude, my power just went out. And I was like, okay, well, you know what? I'll just like record a quick video for you and to show you how to do it. And it turns out that like he got the tunnel to work, but he was like, my tunnels don't look like yours and I'm using the same exact object. And I was like, oh, you just gotta play with the sliders. I don't even know what I'm doing. You just gotta kind of like, you just play around with them and find something that...
tinker a bit and just do whatever. It's like,
find something that looks good. Yeah. So... Oh yeah. To be honest, I was thinking of doing an entire show with just like maybe 1 or 2 tunnel objects, but have every scene be like a different default slider setting because they all look different. I mean, yeah, the colors will look the same and the shapes will be the same, but even within the same color and shape, they'll be, you know, you can do all kinds of stuff with that. So, but that's something for a little later because I don't, you know, that might be boring to some people. So I want to kind of get a little bit of everything. So yeah.
Before
Friday
I
though.
forget, I made 2 scenes that's secret. So
2 scenes. Ooh.
An additional 10 with another 2 scenes. It's a secret.
Ooh. I'll look out for that.
Yeah.
But anyway, great show, Rue. Great. Tworie had a great show too.
But good luck.
I try to get on it.
I'm sure someone will stream it. Yeah, someone will stream it. So.
Good.
Alright. Alright. Okay, guys. Yeah, take care. Bye.
Have a good night.
Imagine you have like a floor, ceiling, and 2 walls. Like we'll just simplify it, or a cube. Whenever you teleport
No,
to it,
I'm going to do an amazing job.
that now becomes your gravity surface, your anchor. But like so, if you're standing on the ground and I teleport to the wall, to you, I'm now standing. Yeah. So really, exactly. So really, that was the example. So really being able to mess with
Oh, you did great.
Yeah, I saw the stream and I was like, alright, I'm gonna try to get on as quick as possible. See it myself.
I think Unity already supports that because 3D is a little bit different. I have to look for different examples, but I know that Unity supports a lot of that kind of stuff in the application.
I know. I've been spending way too much time in this game.
I didn't know it glitch statue moves.
It is a Unity game, and then it got part of their, I think it was part of their demo projects or whatever, and that got incorporated into Portal 2's Yep. And then I don't know if it was the same guys, but they actually made
Yeah, that one's fun.
Portal was originally based on
Vacular drop. You know what? You're
Tworie,
right.
thanks for the encore.
I know that the Texas had innovative sort of to make that all work. Was
That's a lot of energy.
fixed versus something that you have to procedurally generate. Then you can drop it from
Nice.
down to basically nothing, and then you can make that work.
I was
So-
gonna try.
Talking about your groundswell set?
She went to Portal 2. Did you listen to any of the
Are you going there, or you're just
Oh, okay. So they're
So what? There's an actual event. There's an event in real life that is corresponding with all of the VR shows. Oh, I don't know about that. Gotcha. And we're going to be seeing the same show, like going. Okay. And the ones that are being done in real life will also. Okay. And the people like Grimecraft show will be here too that we can also be in. Is T also doing? Okay.
I don't know.
So they're going to be
Heard on that.
performing in real life, but also they will be the DJ of a VR show simultaneously, like the same show. Okay. Yeah, cool. Well, I won't be there, but yeah. In real life? Yeah, no. You mistake me who I was for a second there. Should I just blast you with triangles? It'll help. Ah, gotcha. It's been a long night. Yeah, that's always a
It's
tough
gonna be a
decision.
long
How far to
night,
turn the music down?
Quicky.
and the Rick and Morty game, they did a whole GDC Tech Talk about building Job Simulator, and the first thought they had is, okay, what did everybody want to do in a kitchen? Well, you grab a knife and you just start cutting up stuff. Well, by the time you've cut the fifth piece of
Is
paper,
this
you're
all
prepared to
in-game?
because
Yeah.
the physics cannot make sense of it in that kind of environment. Won't.
Huh. So how'd they get around that?
Yeah, most of us was like grouped up together talking.
Their first solution was they were going to give you a whole bunch of knives, and then when you went to chop something, they broke, and people got really.
Yeah, it's weird. It seems like different nights are different too. Sometimes everyone just wants to talk, and you're like, "This is not what I planned," and then sometimes everyone wants to dance, and you're like, "Okay, whatever."
If you're interested in because I'm not a designer for shit, but I'm really interested in and I study the industry a lot because I like to pretend I'm still part of it. A lot of the talks that go on at GDC about design are really, really interesting from like the technical standpoint.
What is this?
Yeah, I feel like I've watched some GDC videos. I think the last one I watched was this big one they did for Total War 3 Kingdoms.
The Titanfall 2 devs, Respawn, they did some good ones too. They did a really good one on Rodeo
Oh, she's VJing by herself too.
Hearing note, and when you click on it, do you know what SSTV signals are? Post-scan TV.
I don't know.
Oh, okay, did you hear about the Portal 2 ARG
You guys are
that they
doing
ran
shifts,
with
actually. You
potatoes?
got next, so.
No.
You two are doing
Okay,
shifts
so
actually. So
before-
you got next,
Before
and then
Portal 2
her,
came
she'll do
out, they
another
did a
one, and then you'll do
huge
another.
augmented,
Yeah.
alternate reality game type of thing, kind of like Year Zero or
we all
IoTs,
appreciate
like
it.
those kind of things. We're really big for that kind of stuff too. And among other things of pinging IP addresses and digging through like video
Run
clips
the whole
that
damn thing
they were
back.
putting on YouTube, a lot
throw
of
the bunny hole in
images that you could
anything and
actually
people show
decode
up.
from the Portal 1 radios when they issued that update.
The
they were
people
still
love
scan
the
TV
bunny
images,
bunny
and we were
hole.
actually able to decode them and piece together
Everybody's just
IP
like, bunny hole,
addresses
bunny
and a
hole,
whole bunch of other data from the images. And then in Portal 2,
Oh, it's just
there's
crazy.
a developer node that's, if you don't know what it is, it just sounds like jumbled Morse code. But if you have a decoder active, you can decode it into a, like 5 slow scan TV images, and it's all of the background on how they set up the ARG and how they ran it and programmed it initially. It's really interesting. It's a big meta thing.
Huh.
But like the alternate reality games, some of the ones I was involved in, just like the skill level is set so astronomically high, you basically need a couple thousand people working on it at any given time. Like the one for Year Zero.
Yeah, I've never really gotten into ARGs.
It's a really
even though
it's really hard. It's really hard. Like if you can find out that there's one's
It's
going
amazing.
on, it's really hard to get into, but it's really interesting from a design standpoint because of the difficulty. So when they did the one for Tron Legacy, when they did Flynn Lives, a bunch of people, what they ended up with at the end of this amazingly big puzzle is they ended up with GPS coordinates to this warehouse in this like some abandoned part of like LA. They show up and there's an NCOM press conference that like a stockholder meeting in progress.
Yeah, I know.
You know the
really
stunt at the
hoping to
beginning of
come.
Tron Legacy
Still
that I
working.
can't remember the actor's name, that where he's base jumping off the building.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah.
So he does that at the beginning of the movie. They pulled that stunt for real.
Garrett Hedlund.
Yes, they pulled that stunt for real at this press meeting that they had staged just for the
Oh,
winners of
doesn't-
this. Year Zero was
Somebody
even
wasn't
better.
using
So Year
anything?
Zero, for Trent Reznor's concept album a few years ago, they said they put out a rumor that there were.
I heard about this. Yeah, there was a
there were- yeah,
secret
there were-
concert.
It's cool.
Yeah, there were.
And he-
Okay, people showed up
Unintentional?
to that one.
Like they
They
did a
agreed to
Sweet
have their cell
360
phones
when you
taken
ducked down
away.
there.
They were put on a blacked out bus, and then they were taken to a private concert.
Yeah.
Now, do you know how that concert ended?
Everybody got a copy of the album or something?
I have seen
Okay,
you do
so
that,
while
now that
Trent,
you do
it was all
again.
staged, by the way. So when Trent Reznor's performing on stage, about 20 minutes into this concert, there's a SWAT team that busts in through the back door and arrests Trent Reznor, all the band members,
Karma.
and
Karma
like a
made you
huge,
dizzy.
huge staged raid. It was the coolest thing ever. I wish it was there.
Wow.
But like people were okay, so among the other clues to figuring out all these coordinates and everything else, on the back of the European tour shirt for that year, some of the letters are a slightly different shade of red,
One
and
more?
they spell out "I am trying to believe." And if you went to that, you got .com, you got like basically nothing. People found USB sticks in the men's bathrooms at some of the European concerts. It's all static with the track names from the album. So if you run them through an oscilloscope program, you get an IP range, which you can
She is
start
working.
digging through, and you can get.
Yeah.
And eventually, you would get a phone number from one of them. And if you call that number,
Overtime.
you basically got a recording telling you that by calling this number, you've just been admitted like to committing whatever crime under the new Republic of America or like whatever. Like it all played into this like insano. Like post-apocalyptic society based on the concept.
I don't
It
know
was
if
so
you
cool.
I don't know if you saw any of my older shows before I got Resident DJ, but I was doing a little bit of ARG
Everything?
stuff and those.
Oh, okay. I've only been here for like
I
3
had-
months
It depends
now.
on the set.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, kind of.
So-
It'll be all over. The next
I
set is
I haven't
actually
been
DJ
doing
Fusion.
too much of it lately, but I had like objects in my
So the
scene
next
that
one
had
is the DJ
QR
Fusion.
codes on
It'll
them.
be a live
Ooh.
musician and me.
That's like
at
some
the
Wonder
same time.
So-
Woman shit.
Yeah. So you could take a screenshot
Yeah.
of the object, and then
And
later
then,
on, scan the QR code.
April
and it would,
7th.
Oh, that's
It's
awesome.
I'm
some of
doing
them just
monthly.
had like little messages in them. Some of them linked to YouTube videos.
That's awesome. I know that. Okay, now I want a real-time QR decoder in Vive.
I don't know. It's
Right?
every 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So
Really, the only reason to have it is for my shows, because I don't know
Yes.
anybody else that
I'm
does
willing
that.
to change
Or
times.
if
I'm
they ever-
still trying to
Well,
figure out
you
what's
could
best.
pull out your phone and you could scan the QR
Well,
codes.
there's a
in
lot of
the
people
first
tell me
Watch Dogs
that.
scenes,
It's like,
too,
I
and
don't
in the
know.
second one, they were doing all kinds of stuff, and you get like all kinds of Easter eggs and hidden messages and stuff from the developers.
I can.
All right. Tell you what, if you come
You gonna
If you
hide
come to
some
my
somewhere?
groundswell show, I don't have a QR code in there right now, but I'll throw one in there.
Yeah.
I can take high resolution screenshots. Decode that.
Well, I just have to get my 4-week schedule.
It doesn't even
on
really
your
need to be high
weeks off.
res.
No, just enough detail.
Yeah.
I think that one I'll do a couple times because it's
Well, and
taken a lot of prep
there's a
work.
bunch of there's a couple of websites that I used to use for QR codes. I still have them somewhere bookmarked.
That's
and you
the
could turn up the
show
redundancy
that I've been
really high, so you
working
didn't
on
really
for a
have
long
to get a
time,
shot
and
at it. As soon as you
I
as soon as
applied
it
for
came to range,
resident
if you have
like
focus
a
on
year
it, it would just
ago, and
instantly come up because
it-
the data
it's all
was
been
laid
based
out,
around that show,
multiple
so.
times.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Hopefully it'll
Actually,
be
this
good.
carousel. That's fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, it is awesome.
Now, if only you could have the
I don't know.
spinning
People
part
keep
under
doing
and
better
you could get
visuals.
onto
Like,
it
man, I
while-
gotta
and
keep my
you
game
would
up.
anchor
This
to
is
that
crazy.
dynamic object, and you would spin with it.
Hmm.
It might make people sick
Yeah.
unless it was going really slow.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah. Right. If the music's good, then you can
Why can't
you can skirt the visuals.
Whoa.
Yeah, for sure. Right. Right.
It's a dynamic, stimulating experience.
Yes. I know. Yeah.
Oh, and now he's like, now he's fucking on the Discord saying like, are you still streaming? Hey, are you still
Yeah,
streaming?
streaming?
All right.
Yeah.
I will
Oh,
keep
no.
my thoughts to
Way to
myself
go,
then.
way to go, dude. we called it out. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and exactly. The bigger issue too is,
Yeah, but even then, I tend to avoid reactivity shows.
Yeah, even then, by
it's so bad. The performance
like-
overhead is so bad. I start desyncing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Well. Right.
Nah,
See,
I
I'm
think a lot
okay
of
with the
people are like
spinning.
that.
I can deal with the spinning, no problem. But what it is the performance overhead gets so bad that I start desyncing, and it doesn't make me sick, but it makes me it's visually extremely irritating to the
Right.
point where I want to
Yeah.
take the headset off because my virtual head is here, and the frame rate hasn't caught up to where I am now, and just like where
Right.
am I? And it's really distracting and disorienting.
Awesome show. Thanks for the encore as well. That was fun. Appreciate the extra
Yeah.
time. Kick in.
Dude, this carousel is fucking amazing. Like that is so cool.
Yeah, I mean, for my groundswell show, I'm like using a lot of concepts that I've basically adapted from reactivity. Like,
Well, it's because
He-
he
he
always
knows
turns
what
his
he's
shows
doing.
into his shows are like
Oh,
one
yeah.
big testing ground, which is cool. But he always throws everything in there, all at once.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
that's not true.
That's awesome.
Truth.
Thank you very
So much
much.
fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was
Thank
awesome.
you.
We're getting out of here.
Picking us.
Don't have to go home, but you
Another
can't
awesome
stay
showroom.
here.
Good
That was a good
night.
one.
Later. All right.
Awesome job, Tworie. Thanks again.
Good night, everybody.
Peace.
Night.
Well, and I think one of the things with reactivity is that he's like a professional software dev, isn't he? I think I've seen his website a few times, and so I think he's
He's
really
actually
pushing
a
the limit.
professional chef, but close.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, he's a sushi chef.
Oh, that's
The same difference.
oh man, oh dude, I love sushi.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I love sushi.
I've been
Yeah.
out to Florida a whole
Oh,
bunch,
yeah.
but it's always like just far enough I can't make it. It's gotta go.
Yeah. I haven't been to Florida in like 5 or 6 years. I'm trying to go back there next like couple of months to go look for a house.
He's even got a waiver discount. If you just mention the wave, he gives you.
Oh,
killer
dude.
discount.
Okay, I need to find the name of the
That's what
restaurant.
he said
then
a couple
when
years
I'm
ago,
over there.
but who knows?
I'll have to ask him then. I want to go to Hana in Roanoke Park, which is I guess like it's considered like one of the top sushi places in like Northern California. It's like ridiculous. I think that's the biggest thing with reactivity shows is that you know the story wants to know a lot of the stuff where yes it's overly stimulating, but it's not like that all the time. Like that's fine, but it's where he's throwing everything in all at once. You know, he's getting around the performance overhead limitations.